Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Zavvi TV for another episode of Zavvi Talks.
Your new favourite show, Zavvi Talks.
And if it isn't, why not, you know?
And this week, we're getting into spoilers for the hit movie M3GAN, M3GAN.
M3GAN, yes.
But we're not really going to talk about the film itself so much as how it sets up, how it leaves the door open for the return of our favourite child murder robot.
Which isn't Chucky.
Which isn't Chucky.
Well, it was a robot because there was that 2000.
In the reboot, Child's Play reboot, he became a robot. But yeah, better.
Neither here nor there.
Yes. So do you want to set the scene, and then I will I'll put these ingredients together and show how this is the sequel.
Strap in, because here's what happens at the ending. Going in spoilers. Here we go.
If you haven't seen it, bugger off.
Bugger off to the cinema. Go and watch it first. Right. Here we go. So after M3GAN wreaks havoc at the funky launch for the new M3GAN doll and kills the head of the company and his snivelling little... M3GAN gets ripped apart and the big robot that was established earlier...
Bruce is called.
Bruce?
Bruce.
Is the name Bruce?
Yeah.
The bit, it was almost a bit like Pacific Rim, a little bit reminded me.
Yeah, it's like a sort of like a big mecha robot fighting finale, but on like a very limited budget. Which is entirely within a garage.
Yeah, which is one of Gemma's first projects she brings up. Yeah. But like, how are you making that as your very first project?
Yeah, I mean, it's more advanced than M3GAN in many ways.
Yeah, if you like. Yeah, of course. Suspension of disbelief, you know. So. Once M3GAN ends up, she's been battered around by this point. She looks like someone from the League of Gentlemen a little bit. She looks like Tubbs, you know, from the League of Gentlemen.
That wasn't a reference I was expecting to.
She looks a bit like Tubbs from the League of Gentlemen. 12 team. So she's taken a bit of a beating, and eventually, you know, she's getting hurt more and more and more. But she's tough for a little robot girl. She's tough. She puts up a good fight. But eventually, Katie wins the day and smashes the CPU that's bringing all the AI together, and M3GAN is done, or so we think.
The final shot of the film, you know, Katie and Gemma, they leave the premises, safe. Are they? No, they're not. Because as we see this little, like, sort of not Alexa, but basically the royalty-free Alexa that they've got in the house, it's still glimmering. Yeah. And it suggests that M3GAN, who, she can train her consciousness to enter other devices, as we saw at the lab. And it seems that she has basically entered the Alexa system for this home and will be going through the different devices, which I think sets up a pretty fun idea for a sequel. So, the story for M3GAN was covered by James Wan, who we obviously know from The Conjuring and Insidious. Haunted house movies. This is a tech haunted house movie.
Yes, I agree. It'll be a Back to the Future 2.
Exactly. It will be the Back to the Future 2 of this generation.
Yeah, it will be.
As they get terrorised here, there and everywhere around the home. Like, there'll be some sort of thing where they somehow won't be able to open the door because they'll introduce some sort of tech door. I don't know. All of these things that weren't mentioned in the first, but now they have to...
No, you're not coming in.
Exactly. Now they have to bring these into the fold to find a way to keep them trapped within this house that this robot is controlling.
Do you know what you've just pitched? That reminds me of a Disney Channel film called Smart House. where basically what you've just described.
Ow! You didn't tell me that thing was gonna bite me.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's just Pat's way of getting to know you.
Angie Cooper, age 9, 52 inches tall, 62 pounds, blonde hair, brown eyes, 12% body fat, had measles and 1 early case of pneumonia, no broken bones.
Is the plot of that film.
So here's what I was thinking, is actually that Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episode where it's Pierce Brosnan is the voice of this smart house that is terrorising them. I want that, but in M3GAN form.
Well, it's funny you should say that because the film I was referring to actually has the voice of Leela from Futurama as the voice of the
so it's a Matt Groening.
There's a Matt Groening sort of thing going on around there.
So if there's anybody who should be hired to write the screenplay for the sequel,
it's got to be Matt Groening.
It's got to be a Groening.
Got to be a Groening in there. Well, I sort of had the same idea as you did, but I thought, well, let's bring it full circle. Let's make M3GAN take over Perpetual Pet.
Perpetual Pet, the completely fake company name. Just one of the most awful alliterative names.
Couldn't come up with like a better name.
It's a bit of a first draft name, guys. There's so much to love in this film, and then Perpetual Pet.
Some of the greatest.
Nobody wants a perpetual
Some of the greatest
pet.
toy names ever. You know, you got Furby, Ninja Turtles, He-Man, Masters of the Universe, Perpetual Pet.
Yeah, you just can't imagine like children be like, "Oh, I want to play with my perpetual pet."
So I did mention before that the CEO's lackey was leaking company secrets. We've just been informed that what if that's another toy company trying to make another Megan?
We've just been informed. Our sources are telling us.
By James Wan himself, was like, that's the sequel, guys. Come on.
But that is a solid idea for a sequel again, because now that you've got Megan set up as this robot terrorizer,
Megan Mark II.
could it be a Terminator 2 thing where original Megan becomes the good Megan, who is the only person who can stop this new evil Megan that's being, created by a rival company?
Well, I do remember that we're going back to Perpetual Pets. I'm sorry, we are. But earlier in the film, the CEO shows Gemma an advert for a rip-off of the Perpetual Pet. And they say, well, it's beating us to market and they can make it cheaper.
So that's, obviously
what if
the AI...
What if this new Megan is a bit cheaper, but still has all the brains of the original
And
Megan?
remember, if it's cheaper, that's the big danger here, because then there's going to be loads of these little Megans running about everywhere.
Shards of plastic over. It's a greenhouses.
And all the while, there's this bloody robot terrorising Alison Williams at her house.
Bloody hell.
It's there's a lot to take in. She can, Alison Williams knows what to do, but she can't leave the house because the robot is the TV. It's not. There's all this stuff in the house. It's happening.
Well.
I should not write this screenplay.
I don't think I should either.
I feel because my idea is all this stuff in the house is happening. End of screenplay.
You just described Smart House to me, and then you've also described that Treehouse of Horror episode.
Yeah.
So,
I only plagiarise from the best.
Well, there you go.
Canonical works
from the best screenings, Yeah. But we want to know: do you have an idea for M3GAN, M3GAN?
Well, it wouldn't be called this because here's the thing. M3GAN, that's the first one, but it should be M3GAN, like the A is the 4.
Yes.
And I don't want none of this Megan 2 stuff, I'm sorry. It would be like when Now You See Me 2 wasn't called Now You Don't. No, it should be M3GAN, okay? I will live and die on this hill.
James Wan, if you're watching, because I know you're definitely watching.
James Wan,
We've literally given you 2 perfect title ideas there, so come on.
James Wan, he buys all these steelbooks from Zavvi,
so
I know...
As
I
you
know
should
he's
all,
a big fan. I know he's keeping up with the Zavvi talks.
Exactly.
He's wondering what we're going to be talking about next. James, we don't know yet, but we'll keep you in the loop, okay?
Yeah.
We'll send you a text.
Oh, I've had an idea. What about a Megan versus Annabelle?
Oh, that would be, because now we need all these sort of James Wan universes crossing over. I mean, Alison Williams was even saying the other day that she'd like to see Megan cross over with the Fast and Furious universe.
Wow, that
sounds good. So we get
good.
Megan presents Hobbs and Shaw.
Megan presents Hobbs and Shaw. I think Megan and The Rock definitely have a good connection, and it's all about family. Which Megan is all about family. It's all about family.
And in many ways, you say that as a joke. But it is true.
But it is true.
It's about finding your family after a devastating car crash and then almost being killed by a murderous robot. And those are the times when families really need to come together.
Well, that's it. Take the murderous robot away and you've almost got yourself a Fast and Furious movie.
Exactly.
That's it. So a sequel is like 90% happening.
Yeah, no, it's officially happening.
Yeah.
I mean, even before the film was released, it was revealed that Universal Pictures, but based on the strength of the first trailer and how viral that became, we're already in the process of developing a sequel. When I spoke to Alison Williams recently, she was saying that they deliberately left little breadcrumbs here and there, such as the flimmer of the flicker of
the little robot
of the little Alexa.
Yeah.
And then James Wan has said that every single thing that he produces, he's always trying to get his directors to think about how this could be a bigger cinematic universe. So all the signs.
The Megan cinematic universe.
Exactly. All the signs.
We are getting that Perpetual Pets movie. It's gonna happen. Make it happen.
It's like the Paw Patrol of the
yeah,
Megan
it's like
universe.
the Paw Patrol and Megan. Yeah.
And it'll just completely alienate all the horror fans by being like a U-rated children's film.
Yeah, that's it.
Perpetual Pets, the movie.
You gotta watch Megan first to get the little subtle references in there.
Exactly,
You know?
yeah. Wan is thinking about the universe.
And then we got a post-credit tease of the new Megan, but you gotta watch that movie first.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, we look forward to seeing the next Megan cinematic universe. What about you? What are your ideas for Megan sequels? Please let us know in the comments below. And we'll see you again for another
see you
episode of
next
Zavvi
time.
Talks. Yeah. Take care.
Take care.